Hi, thanks for visiting Gracefully Led. I'm Corrine McCray. As you know by now, I'm always focusing on and talking about happiness. Today's question: what makes you unhappy? We can talk about happiness and the things that bring us joy, but when we stop and think about the things that give us sadness, that brings us down, those bummer things and situations, identifying those is a way and an avenue to finding you're happy. So let's just take a few seconds and do a quick mental reflection and think about exactly what makes me unhappy. There have been many things over the years that I identified and realized made me unhappy. Sometimes it was childhood situations. There was periods in school, elementary school situations. There was financial things that I couldn't participate in school. We all know middle school. But going forward into adulthood, when we have a little more control, a little more say in situation and things, what has made you along that journey unhappy? Was it choices you made? Or was it choices that were made for you? Was it situations that you just found yourself in, and once there, you had to deal with them? You had to take responsibility for your actions and work through? Was it not knowing, not being mature enough, and not having the guidance to help you determine and outline how you wanted your life to be led? Was it not even having a clue of who you should be and what you should do in life, but just living? Various things have made us and can make us unhappy. But it's not those things that we should really focus on. I've learned that in the secular world, when you go to therapy, they like to talk about your past, your childhood, the people and places and things and events that have happened to you in life. And a lot of times they focus on those things and say, it was your mama's fault, or it was because of your daddy. It was because of the neighborhood you were raised in. External things. They look at the external things that happened to you or that you were a part of, and they find an issue with the external and say that the external has affected the internal, has affected your mind, has affected your lifestyle, and has affected your heart and your way of thinking. Now that in itself is not a lie. It's not untrue. External things and people and situations and lifestyles do affect us. In my course of study in Christian counseling and godly counsel, we do examine the external things, but instead of making the external the fault and blaming the external, we realize that the external may be at fault, but I have to focus on how I internalized it, how it affected my mind or my body. And once examining it and being truthful about it, there I stop and I deal with that emotion. I deal with that thought. I deal with that feeling. Yes, this happened to me, and yes, it was unfair. Yes, in some cases I was abused. I was a victim. Yes, in some cases I was forced into being an adult and not allowed to be a child. We had situations beyond our control. I was even born. And I could have been born into a situation where my mom was a drug addict or I was given up for adoption. I could have been born into circumstances outside of my control. But the key is I was born. I have life. I live. And as I live, I learn and I get within me, I develop within me a strength, a spirit, a desire, a yearning to be somebody or something. So when I internalize the situations, when I examine them for truth, yes, my mother was a drug addict, but I am not a drug addict. Yes, my mother was a drug addict, and I was prone to be, and I tried drugs, but hey, I decided for myself that I was not going to do that. I was not going to be that. I decided for myself that I was going to do something better, bigger, and different. It's about us. Happiness is within each and every one of us. We just have to choose to reach for it. We have to choose to tap into it and find it in our hearts and in our spirit. We have to choose to listen to that voice that's saying, hey, there's a better way. Hey, I'm desiring something more. We have to tap into the desire to be happy and pursue that. Because that desire for something more, that desire to be happy, that is the gift that comes from God. That is the love of God. That's saying in spite of every circumstance, every situation, and everyone around you, whether good, bad, or indifferent, in spite of, I have my spirit in you, and I have placed in you something special, because you are someone special, and you are going to do extraordinary things. Now just grab a hold of that spirit, grab hold of that desire, and walk with me. And I will show you how to unfold. I'll connect you with the right people. I'll put you in the right places. I will have you become who you were meant to be. I will help you desire and become all that I created you to be. In essence, I'm going to give you the desires of your heart. And because I love you, and my love has put a hope and a future in you. What makes you unhappy? Think about it, identify it, and then you make the choice, you make the decision that I am going to be the opposite of anything that's negative and not good. That I choose a better way and a different way, a way that's right for me, and a way that will make me be at peace and at whole. I'm going to find my happiness. Remember, when you are happy, you love yourself. And when you love yourself, you will pursue happiness. All right. Love gives life. Please share this with someone else. And fill out the form below so that we can together begin and start your personal journey to finding your happy.